watch that, because if she spooks back there, it's likely that our piebald will spook as well. I like that angle, though. Hello and welcome back to the Hunter Classics. So today we're here on Loggers Point for another Throwback Thursday hunt, and we are going back all the way to 2010 this time, back when mule deer were the free species for guests to hunt, and that was it. There were no free species rotations. It was not whitetail, it was mule deer, and you only had the 243. You didn't get a shotgun back then either. So I'm going to be doing the same route that I always did as well, which is spawning up here at the lodge, walking through these fields up to this northern tower. And then from there, I would usually get onto this road, if the thing would get out of the way, get onto this road and walk down the road. And I can't remember if fast traveling was a thing back in 2010. I don't think it was, but it was added later when I was still a guest anyway. So at that point, once we get to the end of our line up there, we'll fast travel to this lodge and head down into this area, which was another pretty popular area for me. So I'm not anticipating a lot of kills here because we're only be shooting mule deer unless we see like a rare or something. In that case, we'll make an exception, but we are only after mule deer other than that, and we'll see how it goes. So we've got a couple of mule deer does around us. I think, yeah, there's one right there. The shot's not ideal there. I can hear another one, but if this one gives us a better shot, we'll just go for it with the 243. I think that'll probably work. And just like the old days, I made my tracks the red color, because I think that was the default back then. I'm not certain about that, but I believe that's the case. And we did get a lung shot, so she won't be going very far before going down. We'll just go and grab her and then head up to the tower, which I'll have to explain this. Back when I was doing this in 2010, I had probably about the worst computer that could actually run the game. I think I was in something like some weird resolution, like maybe 420p. It wasn't 420 though, because it wasn't, the aspect ratio wasn't right. Like the sides of the screen were cut off. And also I was probably running at best like 15 FPS. It was so laggy. So I'd pretty much just walk up to this tower up here in front of us. I'd sit in the tower until I got a buck, and then I would restart the hunt, because like it was impossible to hunt off the ground because of the lag. Like any reaction to taking a shot wasn't possible. Like from the time I clicked, left click to take the shot, to the time the shot actually happened was close to a second. It was really, really hard, but I didn't know any better. I thought that's how the game was supposed to be. And yeah, I don't think you guys would want to see that, but I could do that. You know, it's crazy, as much as this game has changed, how much is still so similar. This is just, it reminds me so much of back in like 2010 doing this. I would crawl all the way to this tower because like I said, it took me so long to get here because of the lag. I was just scared to death of actually spooking the deer that were out here in the field, because it would take so long to get them back in. That is a sound I like to hear right there, though. Mule deer buck. I don't know where he's hiding. He must be down below that hill. Oh yeah, I see his antlers. Ooh, not a bad one either. Hello there. Not a bad buck at all. 185 to 210. But anyway, I would just crawl into this tower, look out into the field, and just see a herd so often of mule deer does, but often you'd get the mule deer bucks as well. But yeah, it's so nostalgic. Turning on the red tracks and stuff as well just makes it so much like it used to be. And I did want to show you guys my inventory quickly. As you can see, I've just got the 243, the extra bullets, the 4x32mm scope, the bleak collar, and the binoculars. So no non-guest items, and we'll get this big guy in here. Not really worried about the mule deer does anymore. We've got a problem. Which one do I shoot? I just looked here to the left, and we've got a piebald mule deer doe, which is unbelievable because my first rare, my only rare as a guest, was a piebald mule deer doe. That is so weird. I have to shoot the buck. It's going to be easier to track the doe, and we know the doe's weight here is 55 to 70 kilograms, and the buck is getting really close. So it just makes more sense to take the buck, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. He is down, and Mrs. Rare Doe. I'm not going to take a bad shot. I don't want to have like a poor shot tracking her forever. I think we're going to be more efficient to just go follow her, get on her tracks, and call her back in. I feel better about trying to just take a good shot and, you know, long shot, dropping her tracks, whatever we can do there, more so than making the bad shot and potentially just losing her entirely. I feel better about being able to call her in. But let's see what this guy scores. A nice 193 mule deer buck. That's definitely worth the trophy shot, for one thing because it's a nice buck in general, but back then I absolutely would be trophy shotting this. So to be fair, you couldn't have your character avatar in the trophy shot if you were a guest, but actually there was no trophy shots with character avatars at all in 2010, but for the sake of things looking nice, I think we'll leave that. Not a bad buck. And let's go get on the tracks of that mule deer piebald. I can't believe that that's, like, of the rares that we could have gotten, we could have had the buck, of course, one of the three, melanistic, albino, or piebald, and then the doe as well. For it to be the piebald doe, the one and only rare I got as a guest, that just blows my mind how crazy that is and how lucky we got to have that exact rare. Because, I mean, I'd have loved a buck, obviously. A rare buck is really, really, really special to get, but on this specific hunt, I don't think I could ask for a better rare. By the way, I do just want to clarify when I say that the doe would be easier to track. It's not that does are any easier to track than bucks. It's that while I'm crouching, like, following her fleeing tracks, I'll be able to get closer to her without spooking her, and maybe potentially spot her without spooking her, where the buck, he's more likely to spook when I get close, and obviously I want to get this doe down as soon as possible and move on to other harvest. So that's what I meant by that if you didn't already know. So we've caught up to our piebald mule deer doe. She's on her way in, and there's one to our left as well, so I will have to watch that, because if she spooks back there, it's likely that our piebald will spook as well. I like that angle though. Hopefully that will be a good hit. I can see what looks like decent blood there. Let's go find out what we got for a shot, because if it's a bad hit, I don't know exactly how mule deer react, and it is a body shot. I kind of knew that was going to happen. I tried to catch it through the neck or spine there, so we might have a bit of tracking to do. Like I said, I don't know if a body shot will take down a mule deer with the 243. It kind of looks like it will based on the percentage there, 34 to 50%. That's a good bet. Usually when they go below 50, they will lay down and die, so we'll just take our time, and we'll see if she goes down. And it looks like we lucked out. She did go down, so that's good to know for later if we do make a poor shot. If we just wait it out, whatever we shoot should go down, but a really nice looking piebald doe here. Let's pick her up and get a good picture of her. I actually hit her in the skull. I don't know how I did that. I kind of want to see that in editing, because I thought I shot her somewhere around the spine, but who knows? I think that's probably about as good a picture we can get. I kind of got her in the sunlight there and showing off as much of the white on her coat as possible. That is really, really cool to get. I don't think we'll taxidermize her. I've already got a couple of rare does that aren't even on the wall at the moment, but now that we're over here, we're going to take this road instead. So we'll cross off that over there. We're going to go along this road down to the bottom side of the Three Lakes, and then we'll fast travel to the south. As good as this hunt started off, it cooled off so fast. I don't know when we shot that last deer was, the piebald. You can check if you go back in the video a bit, but it's 11:07 in-game time now. It's probably been at least 30 real-time minutes, if not more, since we shot that, but we finally have a mule deer doe down here, and we'll try to make a better shot on her than we did on the piebald. Not the best angle. I'm afraid I'm going to hit the shoulder blade there and not get the penetration. By the way, I'm tracking what's probably a small buck, but I guess there's the chance it could be a non-typical, which would be kind of weird because those were not even released back in 2010, but maybe we'll go for like a spine shot here. I missed that, but I believe that was a lung blood that I saw. So she should be tumbling. Yeah, she is down there, so we did catch a lung. And there is the track from the buck, so we will get on that as soon as we pick up our doe and go try to find him. But yeah, it went from really good to literally nothing. I had to go with my kind of backup plan for this hunt, actually. You guys saw that I drew the path that we were going to go up by that like big crater valley, whatever you want to call it. I'll show you on the map as soon as we pick up our doe. But there was nothing up there. So here's our doe, right lung shot. Actually did hit her in the shoulder blade and still had the penetration to catch the lung, so that's good. But yeah, I wanted to go up into this area up here. There were no mule deer up there that I could find, so we are over here now, and we're going to try to find that buck. So the buck that I've been tracking is just in front of us. I didn't get to see if he was anything special. Definitely not probably in like the 120s, 115 to 145 on the score estimate, but we'll go for our shot there. Broadside. Pretty nice angle, and he is down. I think he's going to have to be the last harvest of the hunt. We have been here for an hour and 45 minutes, and this is only our 5th harvest, probably one of the lower harvest videos I've had in a long time, but man, there were a couple of good ones there. 193 mule deer buck is definitely not bad, and a piebald mule deer doe. That was so cool, being that nostalgic and getting that. And here is our buck, double lung shot, dropped him in his tracks, 122 on the score. That reminds me of like the time that I actually killed 2 bucks in one hunt as a guest. I thought I must have been like the only one to ever do that, because I thought pretty much everybody played at 15 FPS and terrible graphics. I didn't realize that there was actually better graphics in the game that I was running at. But yeah, not a bad hunt overall. As I said, a couple of decent kills there. And if you guys have never done this, if you played the game for a while now, try it out. Gear up like you used to back when you started, and see what you can get. It's pretty cool and pretty nostalgic as well. So with that, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.